Hi, everyone. Bobbie LaPorte here again with my weekly leadership tip for 2023 called It's Race Day, where I help you close the gap between thinking and doing. There's a time to train and a time to race. So in these weekly tips for 2023, my focus has been on helping you act versus getting caught up in thinking, stalling, and ruminating about what move to make. But sometimes there's a time to act. And sometimes there's a time to pause and consider the implications of an intended action and perhaps wait just a bit. This was the case recently with one of my clients. She was getting feedback from some of the senior members of her team about how a peer exec in another area of the company was challenging and criticizing them in a way that seemed inappropriate, or at the very least anyway, accusatory, and questioning their approach on their work. You know, like many startups, everyone in a leadership role in this company is under pressure to deliver. So, some pushback is not unusual, but this seems not quite right. Definitely not collaborative. More like, you need to do this because I said so. So my client was disturbed by this, and her first reaction was to reach out to her peer exec and try to find out what was behind this. She felt that they had an excellent working relationship and they were completely aligned. But, in a fast-paced remote environment, these things can be tricky. So she decided to take a pause and approach this a bit differently, since all of what she had heard so far was secondhand. So she decided to wait a couple of days, poll her staff once more on what they were hearing, and then reach out directly to the senior leader who was being critical to make sure she had the full picture and could then have a fully informed discussion with her colleague. Now, did this take longer than she preferred to take action and resolve this? Yes, but the process of getting to a positive action was important. And that was the determining factor in resolving this, so that all parties felt heard and felt like they had agency in the outcome. So sometimes taking no action, at least not immediately, is the better course of action until you feel confident it's the right move. All right, everyone, I hope your week is one of doing and of taking action. And remember, there's a time to train and a time to race. It's race day. All right, take care. Bye-bye.